What's up everybody, I'm Sunny. Welcome to a Destiny 2 weapon review video. Faction Rally is over. The Loquitor or Loquitor IV is the winning weapon for New Monarchy, 50,000 or 1,000. We're going to take a quick look at it, look at all the weapon perks, but we're going to jump into the Crucible. I'm going to show you exactly how it does against, I guess, 1v1 battles, at least for the most part, and kind of give my personal opinion on what I think it actually does, how it performs. If there's anybody who's still, I guess, undecided on whether or not they want to pick this weapon up, hopefully this video will show you, kind of what it does in the Crucible. I did not do anything PvE or anything like that because pretty much anything, I think what everybody cares about is actually the Crucible and how it actually performs in the Crucible versus other weapons. So we're going to take a look at that. But if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. But let's check out the weapon perks real quick before we start. If y'all haven't seen this, high impact frame, slow fire. It is slow fire. 360 rounds per minute, so that's pretty slow, but high damage, so that's good. When you're locked on with this weapon, man, it melts, especially at a distance. Has outstanding range. I did not notice any drop off at any distance. It pretty much gave the same range whether or not you were 1 feet or hundreds of feet. So that's good. I did not get to any point in which there was a drop off. 3 different sides of GA post, pretty close. Thermal, which is nice, lights up the enemy targets like a reddish color, and then LC ranged marksman. This scope actually looks really good. I really like how this scope looks. Probably looks the best, but I think the thermal is probably my favorite in between short and long range, and it lights them up, which is pretty nice in those dark corners and stuff. Magazine, ricochet rounds. We got appended mag, and then we got alloy magazine. I just left it on ricochet, not that it's necessarily my favorite, but both of these lower the stability, and this already has pretty bad stability, so I did not want to do anything with that. High impact reserve. Rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. I do not have any weapon attachment that decreases the stability or decreases the recoil, so this is stock recoil that it has on there. And then New Monarchy Diamonds is the shader. I really liked this one. I thought it went really well with the gear that I have. But yeah, with all that being said, man, let's jump into the Crucible. We're going to go just look at some actual gameplay, 1v1s, or as many as I possibly could. Let you see how many I win, how many I lose. Obviously, it's going to be very depending on your opponent's skill, what the opponent's weapon has, and then, of course, my skill. Can I get those headshots? Can I get those critical hits and stuff? Because that's what is important, man. If you can get critical hits, long range, man, this thing absolutely melts. If you miss your first shot or miss a couple shots, slow fire, you're going to die. But let's get into checking these out. So the first sight I actually had equipped was the long range sight. Like I said, I thought it looked the best, but in actual gameplay, man, it was just too close for me. So after I played just for a minute with that long range, man, I switched to the medium, which as you see, it lights up the target. Here's a long range battle, which I did not even come close. You see the first couple shots, man, I miss, and he's on point. I'm pretty much dead after the first couple shots, so gotta know when to pick your battles. That is for sure. I think in the medium range, it really helps. It really locks on, I guess it feels like, in the medium range, man. The stability bounces around quite a bit when you're actually shooting the gun. So I think if you can line up those crit shots, though, man, at the head, right at the head, you see 20 damage. For the most part, critical 24 or 25, just depending on, I guess depending on the character. I mean, I really don't know the difference between the two, but as you see from any point, 25, 26. Here, man, I actually had a healing rift, and as you see in the beginning, man, I missed like 4, 5, 6 shots. You do that with this slow rate of fire gun, you're pretty much toast. Even with a healing rift on, I got absolutely destroyed. But whether or not you're close or far range, this one's a pretty close battle, and still came out on top from this one. You see all of it light up, 20s, 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 25, 25, 25. You stay on point with this gun. I think that you can come out on top quite a bit of times, but here I don't know what it was about some of the auto rifles. I had a lot of trouble, I noticed, against auto rifles. Not as much with the sniper rifles, but auto rifles with the medium range, a lot of them absolutely destroyed me, which, I mean, I guess maybe makes sense, just depending on, you know, I guess who I'm actually going against. But here, another one, they had a sniper rifle there. They missed their first couple shots, but still was able to beat me. Right here, we have another auto rifle, but I think he missed, looks like, his first 3 or 4 shots. So if they miss or I miss, it's pretty much, you know, how it comes down to who's going to win. But overall, again, I really liked the feel of the actual gun. Anything besides for across the map type distances, I felt pretty comfortable. Actually, in gun battles, I did not lose more than I won, so that was actually good, but not anything better than any other weapon that I've ever used before. So it's nothing spectacular, but I think it's definitely worth. Here's another one in which you get the first shot, man, usually come out on top. I mean, when I turn on him and I fire my first bullet, man, right on point, right on the head, getting the critical hits. That is what you need to do with this weapon in order to be able to come out on top. When you are across the range, you know, across the map or whatever, you miss your first shot, it's pretty much toast for there. But once you lock on, dude, this thing can melt. I mean, I think it does. You know, I've seen a couple videos, a couple reviews on it, and a lot of people say that they didn't like it, or at least it wasn't that good. Here's a close range battle with an auto rifle. Again, he missed a couple shots, and that's all I needed because I stayed on point the whole time, got all of my bullets to hit, and even close range at 450 was still able, or 360 rounds per minute, was able to come out on top. Long range battle right there. Stayed on point, was able to get it. Medium range, even again with an auto rifle, was able to get the first or second shot on there, getting those 20s, 25s, critical hits right at the head. It does really well, I think. I think it did really well, at least for me. Here's a long range one. Hit my teammate in the back, but somehow, man, he got critical hits on me. I was absolutely melted after the first battle. Another close range one with an auto rifle. Really didn't stand a chance for that one. But overall, though, I think it does pretty well. Alright, well, that's going to do it for the video. Just a couple last, you know, final notes, I guess. My typical style of gameplay, I usually play with the origin story as my kinetic weapon. We compare it to the origin story, which is, you know, the gun that I'm, I guess, best with. Little less impact, little less range, a lot more stability, a lot more handling, faster rounds per minute, has better perks as well, kills temporary grant, increased damage. Is it better than the origin story? I don't think so. I definitely play better with the origin story. I win more gun battles with the origin story, but this weapon, you know, isn't as bad. It didn't feel as bad as my initial impressions when I watched a couple videos before. I played pretty well with it, and you know, as far as my standards go and how well I usually do, I played pretty well with it, except it is a little difficult to manage if you miss that first shot. If you miss the first shot and you're trying to strafe or move the sights over with as much recoil as it has, sometimes it's a little difficult to lock on and get that auto assist and things like that. Also, I use Martyr's Make. You know, that's another one. Little faster, but less impact. I do pretty well with that one. And then the Velakidin, 720 rounds, really fast weapon. So the majority of my, I guess, gameplay is auto rifles. I don't use any 360. I think that half dandy is the only other one, I believe. I don't know, but I've never even used the half dandy, so I don't really know how well that does compared to this one. But overall, I mean, my personal opinion, I would get it. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy playing with it. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I really love the style, the look of the actual weapon. You see, you know, with my armor that I have on there, I think it goes really well with my character. But anyway, that is going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Really appreciate it. And I'll check y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.